What's up, guys? So this is the Chelsea versus Tottenham review. But before I get to that, if you noticed in the title, this is also I wanted to talk a bit about the Leicester Man U game because Leicester is my secondary team. Obviously, Chelsea for life, Chelsea blue. But a few years ago, it's weird how you pick your second favorite team, like a team that I obviously don't want to see Leicester beat Chelsea, but I want to see them beat everybody else for the most part. I like seeing them do well, and it happened because of FIFA a few years ago. I was playing, and I took them when they were still in like League One, and just with their players alone, they had a lot of young, good players back then, and like Drinkwater, King, Morgan, they were all a little bit older now, but they are good. And so I took them and actually took them into the Premier League on those players alone. And at that point, I had enough money to go and buy players. And because FIFA was so much easier then, it was just, I could buy whoever I wanted. I started just winning year after year with them. But, I mean, obviously FIFA is not entirely accurate, but they seemed like they were a good team. And so whenever, I told my dad that year, I think it was 2012 or 13, I said, next couple years, watch, Leicester's going to be in. Sure enough, they were in last year. It seemed like they were going out, and I'm just like, no, like I wanted them to do well. And then all of a sudden they escaped. And I was like, yes! And this year they picked up Claudio Ranieri, former Chelsea man. And on top of that, Robert Huth, another former Chelsea man, leading the back. Just, I like the team. Not my favorite team, obviously, but I do like them. And Jamie Vardy just really shows, he epitomizes what Leicester's doing right now, which honestly Chelsea needs to take a page from their book as far as this goes. They work hard as a team. It's not one man doing all the work and that's it. They work hard together, they push up together, they drop back together. When they counterattack with six people. It's not like Chelsea counterattacking with two or three. It's always they're together, they're a team, they work hard all at the same time. They don't work hard and little, one person does this and one person does that. That's not a team. And so I did want to talk about that. Obviously, tying against Man U, not exactly what they wanted. But, Man U's doing okay right now. Their defense is pretty solid. And attacking-wise, they don't have a whole lot going forward, but Schweinsteiger always presents a threat. So, on top of that, you have your short Asian guy marking him. Pretty sure he's going to get beat by Schweinsteiger on a corner. But anyway, I did want, obviously, congratulations to Vardy on breaking the record. He really does deserve it. He's worked so hard for it. And Leicester's worked hard to be where they are. So I really do hope that they stay up there. A lot of people are saying this won't last. They're going to drop out of the top four pretty soon. They're going to go on a losing streak. Maybe, when you work this hard, it's hard to keep that momentum for that long because you tire out eventually. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. If anybody else besides Chelsea had to win the league, I'd prefer it be Leicester just because they're my second team. And plus, I'm pretty sure most Chelsea fans don't want to see either Manchester club or Arsenal or Tottenham win. So Leicester's probably their second choice as well. But anyway, on to Chelsea-Tottenham. 0-0 draw. Not what I wanted. Probably better than most people were expecting because of Tottenham's recent good form and Chelsea's recent bad form. I do think the fact that Dele Alli was not in did help because I think he's a bit more skilled than Ryan Mason. Not just attacking wise, but I think defensively too he provides a bit more. He's kind of like Eric Dyer a bit. From what I've seen at least. So that did help, and I think Chelsea were able to have a bit more of a go at him because of that. Now, a lot of people were talking about, obviously, the big choice, leaving Costa out, going without a recognized striker. I like it. I think Falcao may still be hurt. Remy, he said, just became a father, so I completely understand not playing him. And Costa, I agree, he needs some time to take a break. He hasn't been playing well, even though he scored against Norwich. That game, he didn't play well. It was just that one moment. And in the midweek, for the most part, if you watch that review, I said he didn't play well. He just had a couple moments near the end where he started working hard, but even then, he would beat two players and then lose the ball to the third player instead of passing it. So I completely agreed. I don't mind going with a false nine. It does provide a bit more defensive cover uh, because Hazard does work back a bit, and that did help at times. You could see where he's worked back, whereas Costa would still be up top. And not only that, but there's more movement up there too. And even though I'll get to why I didn't like this game so much, but there were moments where you could see that if Costa wasn't on the field, or if Costa was on the field instead of Hazard, things would not have been going as smoothly. Because Hazard just provides, first of all, provides more pace. He also provides more movement. He's moving off the defenders. He's not standing in the middle waiting for a pass to come in. And even if he is, he has such a quick start from a standstill that it doesn't matter. He beats the defender to it, whereas Costa slow on the start. So if he's standing, he's not going to get there first. The defender's going to poke it away. So in that regard, completely agreed. I disagreed once again with the inclusion of Fabregas. I don't understand it. You're going to bench Costa because he's not been playing well? Fine. Why are you not benching Fabregas then? Same issue I had with Ivanovic early on in the season. He's not playing well, and he's still in. The difference with Ivanovic, I think, was the fact that they didn't really have anybody to take his place. Yeah, Zuma can play there, but prefer to have him in the middle. So that's one thing, to not keep playing Ivanovic while we don't have any other options. We have other options. We have Loftus-Cheek, who has not been playing enough, considering he's young, and he's got a lot of fight in him. As much as I hate to say it, we've got Mikel. At least he provides a bit of defensive cover. The difference is, with Fabregas in there, you expect him maybe not to defend as well as the defensive mid should, but he's kind of that hold-up play in the middle. Ball comes to him, he looks up, picks out a pass, and plays it in. Well, he does it fine if he has time, but Tottenham press high, they press fast, there's a lot of flying around. He doesn't work well in that environment, and he doesn't defend well. So in a game against Tottenham where you need people to play fast, you need a player in there who can defend as well as attack, he doesn't make any sense because he hasn't done either well. In the past few games, in this one especially, he's not even there defensively. He's just a body in the middle. The ball goes out wide, he chases it out, comes in, he chases it in, goes back out, chases it out. He's all around. He's chasing the ball. He's not marking anybody, so they just pass around him so easily. And then there are times whenever he should put in a strong challenge, and instead he just sticks a foot out and gets turned. Eriksen did that at least 3 times to him in this game alone. He just turned him so easily, and he's just like, oh, well, he's in. And it's just, why is he even in there? His passes today were terrible. For the most of these games where I've seen him play, he's been bad, but he still had a couple passes where it's like, okay, that almost led to a goal. Well, maybe that's what Mourinho wants him there for, to create that one moment where he did not do one great pass today. He did not even do one good pass today. All of his passes were off. They were out of bounds. It was like he didn't know how to play today. He really didn't. And aside from one tackle that I noticed was really good, but even that, it was after he lost possession in the midfield. He tracked back and won it back. So even that one good tackle that he made, it was off of a dumb decision he made attacking-wise, and he lost the ball. And it's like I said against Maccabi. He was the one. Obviously, there were other players I'll talk about that didn't have a good game either. But even they had moments where they looked okay. They looked good. Fabregas did not have one moment today where I said, that's why he's in here. I did not see any of those moments. And he played the whole game. And just to finish up talking about Mourinho, it really says a lot about him that he didn't go for the win. He was completely fine with the point. And I'm sorry, I get that Tottenham's good right now, and going away and getting a point may seem good at first, but now we're in 14th place, and we're Chelsea. A tie is not okay at this point. You have to start winning, and one win against Norwich at home and one win against Maccabi Tel Aviv away. Yay, but that's not what we need. We need wins against Tottenham away. We need wins against Liverpool and Crystal Palace at home. We need wins like that. That's what Chelsea does. They win games like this. They win games against Arsenal and Tottenham, their rivals, at home and away. They may lose a couple here and there, but you don't play for a tie at Tottenham. You play for a tie at Man City. You play for a tie at the Etihad. You play for a tie maybe at Old Trafford if they're in good form. You don't play for a tie at White Hart Lane. Like, that really pissed me off to see him first. Okay, bench Costa, maybe get him going. Not putting him in, I could even understand. He doesn't look like he wants to play. Okay, don't play him. But to wait until the 85th minute to make one sub because you think that you've parked the bus so well, I don't understand it. I really don't. I don't get what's the point of going to your rival's house to play for a tie when you should be better than them. You should be playing to win that game. And it really speaks to the mindset of Mourinho right now and why he should be on his way out. Because that's his mindset right now. His mindset is, well, tie against Tottenham is okay, so let's park the bus, everybody back. Don't, try to hit him on the counterattack if possible. And people, they did okay for the most of the game. But near the end of the game, Tottenham was looking a bit weary. You've only made one sub after 85 minutes. I mean, it's like saying, okay, we'll take the tie. And it really frustrated me. Especially because you've got Kennedy, who we put in late. You've got Loftus-Cheek, who we put in late. And you've got these two young players that you could be starting. Maybe not Kennedy, because Pedro, Willian, Oscar, Hazard, I like that. I don't mind that. But you've got Loftus-Cheek in there, who hasn't been playing enough, and he should be playing more. And you don't start him because you thought Fabregas deserved to start. Anyway, so I'm choosing to bench Costa, fine. Choosing not to play Costa, fine. If he didn't look like he wanted to play, that's fine. I understand there's mentality issues. I don't mind that at all. And honestly, I liked seeing Hazard, Pedro, Willian, and Oscar combine because they combine very well. But starting Fabregas, don't understand it. Not making a sub until the 85th minute, don't understand it. Not playing for the win, really don't understand it. So, I still have a lot of issues with Mourinho right now, and they're not looking any better. They're still getting worse. It feels like after Norwich win, people were like, yeah. I'm like, so? It's Norwich. After Maccabi, people are like, yeah. I'm like, so? It's Maccabi. After this game, I think Chelsea fans, they may be okay with a tie away, but in my opinion, Chelsea fans, we should be upset with this result because of how it happened, because of the fact that we could have probably gone on to win it, and Mourinho decided, nah, tie's good, we'll just play for the tie. I think that's pitiful. But anyway, done talking about Mourinho. On to some of the individual performances. I thought that defensively we looked okay. There were a couple moments in the first half and then one or two in the second half where it just looked really shaky. Matic had these moments where he was getting turned easily, way too easily. He was getting bodied off the ball. Like I said, Fabregas, non-existent defensively. Aspilicueta had his first poor game of the season, and even then, he still made a couple challenges that just, it's Aspilicueta. He always makes challenges that saves the day. But he did have a few moments where he his passes were off, or defensively he got beat, or got bodied off the ball. There was one moment in particular, the best chance that Tottenham created. Uh, Walker sent the ball, like, let Kane take it, and Spilicueta, it's like he got stuck in between. Do I go after Kane or do I stay here with Walker? And Cahill had to step out to Kane, but even then he didn't step out. He just kind of put himself close to him. So Kane just had a free cross, and Ivanovic got lost watching Son on the back post. Son had a free header, but Begovic made a nice save. But there were moments where I'm just like, this is a bad game for Dave. He normally has really good games where he makes one mistake all game, and it's a mistake that's just like he gets beat one time, but it doesn't turn out to anything because he recovers so quickly. In this game, there were a couple moments where he made mistakes that almost led to a breakaway, or led to a cross that we defended well later. So defensively, he didn't have a good game, and offensively, a lot of people didn't have a good game. Willian, Hazard, Oscar, Pedro, all played well, but there were several moments where just we should have scored. We really should have. It should have been 3-0 at times because the passing was so poor. Williams breaking away with the ball. They've got two defenders back, Pedro in the midfield, Hazard on the back. Williams sends it behind Pedro, so chance done. Fabregas obviously had several that I already said misplaced passes. There were a couple where you expect him to send it up over the top for Hazard or Pedro, and it just mishits it to a defender. I don't know. It was such a bizarre game because there were times when it felt like Chelsea could win at any moment, and then it would just break down. It seemed like 1 second they're on the counterattack, and then the next second Tottenham's attacking again. The best way to describe it is that they're still not there. They're still not back yet. Still struggling, but defensively they looked a bit better. I think that's mainly down to the fact that, like I said, Mourinho was playing for the tie. So instead of getting people forward trying to score, everybody had dropped back. And, there's not much you can say about that. I think man of the match for me was probably Zuma, or Begovic. I think that Zuma really defended well. There were several moments where it felt like Tottenham was in, and he puts a foot in, saves it. And then there was moments where Begovic had to come up with a couple good saves. But just offensively, obviously without a recognized striker, you didn't expect them to get a whole lot of shots away. But there were several moments where it felt like they could have at least gotten it close enough to get a shot away, even if it didn't go in. We had one shot on goal, Hazard's volley, which was really nice, but there should have been so many more shots on goal because we opened them up several times. We hit them on the counter several times, but it just broke down because people were just not on today. The passing was and maybe it was the pitch, maybe it was the wind, I don't know what it was, but so many bad passes today. But defensively, looked okay, so I guess one step at a time for now. But yeah, like I said, main problem was just playing for the tie. That's frustrating to watch whenever it's a London rival. You want them to go to win, not go to play for the point. Especially when you're having such a poor season, you need to start picking up points. This could have been the game to start. Get some momentum, get some confidence back in your team. So, that's my opinion. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, and see you at the next game. Peace out.